The moment the pulsating beat of Bad Bunny's reggaeton filled the air, a strangely hypnotic vibration rippled through the city streets, turning an ordinary afternoon in San Juan into something surreal and electrifying, as the sky darkened not with storm clouds but with swirling, iridescent rifts that shimmered like liquid neon. At first, the crowd was frozen in disbelief, their eyes wide with a mix of awe and terror as otherworldly figures began to emerge, their forms shifting and crackling with energy that defied earthly physics, and right in the middle of this cosmic chaos stood Bad Bunny himself, calm yet undeniably charged with a magnetic boldness that seemed to challenge the very fabric of reality. For Maria, a sharp-witted music producer who had been working with him on his latest album, the shock was visceral, her heart pounding as she struggled to reconcile the surreal spectacle with the grounded rhythm she knew so well, while Javier, Bad Bunny's longtime friend and unapologetic skeptic, scanned the skies with narrowed eyes, his instinct to dismiss the invasion as a hallucination warred with the undeniable evidence before him, each second thickening the air with tension and the hum of bass vibrations that felt almost sentient, wrapping around the towering buildings and reverberating through the bones of the people caught in the unfolding storm. The world around them teetered on the edge between chaotic rupture and an eerie, rhythmic calm, as if the music itself was a conduit for something far greater. Maria's adventurous spirit pushed her forward, wanting to understand how the beats could possibly interact with the cosmic forces bending the sky, while Javier's caution held him back, his mind racing with questions about the origin and intent of the interdimensional visitors who seemed both alien and strangely attuned to the city's heartbeat. As the rifts pulsed wider, revealing flashes of impossible landscapes and creatures that defied classification, Bad Bunny's voice rose over the chaos, commanding the frequencies with an unshakable confidence that inspired a tentative hope among the onlookers, drawing Maria and Javier into a fragile alliance forged by necessity and disbelief. Around them, the city's vibrant colors blurred into streaks of light and shadow, street vendors abandoned their carts, and the rhythmic pulse of reggaeton became a battle hymn echoing through fractured dimensions, setting the stage for an epic clash between sound and the unknown, leaving the world holding its breath, caught between fear and wonder, as the true nature of the invasion, and Bad Bunny's extraordinary role in it, remained shrouded in mystery, promising that this was only the beginning of a wild, unprecedented journey that would challenge everything they thought possible. As the initial shock of the swirling rifts and alien apparitions began to ebb, Maria, Javier, and Bad Bunny found themselves standing on the fragile threshold between panic and purpose, the air still vibrating with the reverberating bass lines that seemed to pulse with a life of their own, compelling them to act yet clouding their minds in a fog of uncertainty. Maria's keen instincts as a producer urged her to analyze the frequencies, to decode the patterns hidden within the chaotic symphony, while Javier's skepticism warred with the undeniable evidence, pushing him to gather intel and rally the city's fragmented responders before despair could take root, and Bad Bunny, grounded yet electrified by an almost supernatural connection to the music, faced the daunting realization that his art was now the frontline weapon in a war far beyond anything he'd imagined. Together, they decided to delve deeper into the source of the rifts, venturing into the heart of San Juan where the cityscape had warped under the influence of the invading forces, skyscrapers bent and twisted like metallic reeds, streets glowing with ethereal light, and pockets of static crackling with dissonant energy that made every step feel like walking on a fragile bridge between worlds. Their exploration brought them face to face with obstacles that were as much psychological as physical, waves of doubt crashing against their resolve, memories of lost loved ones haunting their every move, and the chilling realization that the invaders weren't mindless aggressors but beings who seemed attuned to the deepest vibrations of human emotion and culture, responding to fear and hope with equal intensity. Amidst this turmoil, they encountered a mysterious figure known only as Vega, a former sound engineer turned rogue who claimed to have uncovered a way to manipulate the dimensional frequencies but whose motives were as murky as the shifting skies. His presence introduced a new layer of tension, his sharp intellect and cynicism both a valuable asset and a potential threat, forcing the group to balance trust with vigilance. As Maria wrestled with the ethical weight of weaponizing music that had once been a source of joy and unity, Javier grappled with his instinct to protect against the unknown and the growing realization that control might be an illusion in this fractured reality, and Bad Bunny, caught between his public persona and the enigmatic force that seemed to flow through him, faced the crushing pressure of becoming a symbol of resistance against an enemy that could unravel the very fabric of existence. Each new discovery raised more questions than answers. How did the invaders harness sound to breach dimensions? What did they want from humanity's vibrant pulse? Could music truly be a bridge, or was it a weapon that could destroy them all? The city, suspended in a liminal state between chaos and calm, mirrored their inner turmoil as the boundaries of reality blurred and the stakes soared beyond survival. This was a battle not only for the physical world but for the soul of culture itself, and with every step deeper into the unknown, the trio found themselves entwined in a symphony of mystery and danger, where the next note could either save or shatter everything they held dear. As the shimmering riffs continued to pulse with eerie light, casting elongated shadows over the fractured cityscape, Maria, Javier, and Bad Bunny found themselves holed up in a hidden studio beneath the ruins of an old concert hall. The space transformed into a war room filled with makeshift instruments, soundboards patched together from scavenged tech, and holographic projections of the interdimensional invaders that now loomed like spectral giants over San Juan's skyline. This was the moment where all their disparate efforts, the endless nights of decoding the alien frequencies, the harrowing encounters with Vega, whose insider knowledge both aided and unnerved them, and the relentless internal battles with fear and doubt, culminated in a tense calm before the inevitable storm, as they prepared to face the true face of the invasion, an immense, pulsating entity known as the Resonator, a being whose very existence was woven from the chaotic vibrations that threatened to unravel reality itself. The Resonator, a grotesque and mesmerizing confluence of sound and matter, was revealed to be both powerful and vulnerable. The source of its immense energy was a core frequency that, if disrupted, could collapse the rifts and sever its connection to their world. But to reach it meant confronting a labyrinth of sonic defenses that could drown minds in dissonance or tear apart flesh with waves of unbearable resonance. Physically exhausted but mentally sharpened by the gravity of what was to come, the trio steeled themselves, each drawing on their unique strengths. Maria meticulously calibrated an array of sound emitters designed to amplify Bad Bunny's voice into a harmonic weapon capable of destabilizing the Resonator's core frequency. Javier organized a network of street-level allies who had become adept at navigating the warped cityscape and could provide crucial support and diversion, while Bad Bunny himself meditated in quiet focus, harnessing the rhythmic pulse of his own music, channeling both the spirit of the city and the collective heartbeat of its people into a force that transcended ordinary sound. Emotionally, the preparation was a crucible. Maria struggled with the heavy burden of responsibility, fearing that a misstep could doom not only their mission but the cultural heartbeat she had dedicated her life to preserving. Javier wrestled with the lingering shadows of skepticism, now replaced by a raw, anxious hope that felt almost as fragile as the world they fought to save. And Bad Bunny faced the immense pressure of embodying a symbol of resistance, a beacon for millions, while confronting the terrifying unknown of a battle where his art was both weapon and shield. In the dim light of the studio, plans were finalized and roles assigned, every decision laced with potential consequences that could ripple across dimensions. Would they trust Vega's last-minute suggestion to modify the sound emitters to create a frequency barrier that could protect them from the invasive sonic attacks? Or was it a risky gambit that might backfire and strengthen the Resonator? The tension was palpable, breaths shallow, eyes burning with resolve as the group shared a final, silent moment of unity, knowing that the next steps would echo far beyond the city streets, through the rifts of reality itself. Outside, the world held its breath, suspended in eerie quiet between heartbeats, while within the sanctuary of their resolve, Maria, Javier, and Bad Bunny prepared to unleash the symphony that would either shatter the invasion or see their world drowned in an eternal, haunting silence. The air thrummed with a deafening crescendo as Maria, Javier, and Bad Bunny stepped into the heart of the storm, the very epicenter of the cosmic chaos where the Resonator loomed like a living cathedral of sound. its vast, shimmering form pulsing with waves of raw energy that distorted the fabric of space and threatened to drown their minds in a cacophony of infinite noise. The ground beneath their feet vibrated violently as the battle commenced, a mind-bending clash where melody and madness intertwined, and every note Bad Bunny sang carried the weight of humanity's survival, his voice modulating through Maria's finely tuned emitters, weaving a sonic tapestry that pushed back against the invasive waves of dissonance emanating from the alien entity. Javier darted through the fractured streets, coordinating with their network of allies to disrupt the invaders' reinforcements, while Maria manned the soundboards, her fingers flying over controls as she balanced frequencies with precision, her heart pounding as exhaustion and adrenaline warred within her. The psychological toll was immense, each pulse of sound threatened to unravel their sanity, the invasive frequencies probing their deepest fears and insecurities, testing their resolve, and at the edge of despair, the sacrifice demanded itself in stark clarity. To truly sever the resonator's hold, one of them would have to enter the core directly, risking permanent loss in the interdimensional ether. Bad Bunny, his voice faltering but spirit unyielding, volunteered without hesitation, driven by a profound sense of responsibility and an unbreakable bond to the city whose soul he carried in every lyric, stepping into the blinding heart of the entity as Maria and Javier shielded him with cascading waves of harmonic frequencies that fragmented the invasive energy just long enough for him to reach the core. In that defining moment, amidst the dazzling chaos of sound and light, Bad Bunny unleashed a final, transcendent chorus, a fusion of hope, resilience, and cultural pride that shattered the resonator's core frequency, causing the massive entity to convulse and dissolve into cascading shards of fading light, the rifts sealing with a resonant thrum that echoed through the rebuilding city. The silence fell, heavy and profound. The aftermath revealed scars both visible and invisible. Bad Bunny emerged changed, his voice now carrying an ethereal resonance, a living testament to the battle fought within and beyond, while Maria and Javier, exhausted and forever altered by the ordeal, found themselves bound not only by survival but by an unspoken understanding of the fragile balance between art and power. The world around them slowly stitched itself back together, the city awakening to a dawn where music reclaimed its place as a force for unity rather than destruction, yet the memory of the invasion lingered like a haunting melody, a reminder of the fine line between creation and chaos. Their journey transformed them from mere individuals into legends woven into the very rhythm of their culture, their courage a beacon for future generations who would carry forward the legacy of resistance through sound and spirit. As they looked out over the horizon, the city alive once more with the pulse of music and life, the promise of new adventures shimmered like the first light of a hopeful day. And if you've been moved by this epic tale of courage and cosmic beats, don't forget to subscribe for more stories where music meets the extraordinary, because sometimes the most powerful battles are fought not with weapons, but with the heartbeat of a song.